Allegedly, our centre-half Gabriel is very close to agreeing a new contract at Arsenal, which is great considering he got the winner in the North London derby. And in the last 2 seasons in particular, he's really come into his own and become a leader. Much like half of our players, he's really improved. Allegedly, Sporting Lisbon are open to selling Gyokeres in January, fueling rumours of obviously a move to Arsenal. Allegedly, while I don't believe it, Rabiot has apparently turned down an offer from Arsenal, people. Owing to our centre-mid crisis, I don't know where you are on the fence, but I'm sure a lot of people would or wouldn't have taken the French international. So let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts throughout. Don't forget to hit the like button. Allow me to share my screen and we'll crack on with what actually we're all here for, people. Now, again, if my screen will share, hopefully it doesn't flop me. There we go, I think. Are we there now? Are we there now? Yes, we are. Apparently. Now, again, I must admit for myself, I don't really care about transfer rumors right now because the season is being undertaken. We can't move for anyone at least until January at the latest, although there still are a couple of free agents. And I don't really buy Arsenal's rumours in Gyokeres. I definitely think we've scouted him. I definitely think he's going to be somewhere on a short list, but when you compare the rumours of Sesko to Gyokeres and Osimhen, it seemed like there was substance to the Sesko one. It seemed like it was more just tabloid talk with Gyokeres. I mean, he's kicked off the season where he left off last year, bagging goals, and we all know what he's doing, people. Now, allegedly, Sporting Lisbon are open to sell disappointed Gyokeres to Arsenal in January. Arsenal are maintaining a close watch on Sporting striker Victor Gyokeres ahead of the January transfer window. Football Transfers understands. With Gunners scouts having monitored him extensively last season, the Swedish international remains on the club's radar as a potential January signing. Our sources suggest Gyokeres was disappointed not to secure a move to London during the summer transfer market. Now, again, variables can shift. Right now, if January was tomorrow, probably a lot of Arsenal fans probably want us to do something in the market anyways, but probably want us to move for a central midfielder. I think the striker will be the big ticket item in the summer because, again, whether we're able to sign these guys or not, Gyokeres is a great talent. But let's just assume that Edu is dotting I's, crossing T's, having conversations with potential new additions for next season, right? Let's just assume we can get Gyokeres in January, or Isaac is saying, you know what, I'm actually trying to leave Newcastle next season, depending on where they finish and if they're playing in Europe. Do we move for that striker at this moment in time? Or could you argue you're more likely to see a central midfielder? You're more likely to see an inside forward, even though we have got Raheem Sterling? I don't know, people. We understand that Sporting are open to selling the striker for substantially less than his 100 million release clause, which is a bit conflicting comparing what the CEO of Sporting Lisbon and what his manager Amorim has come out and said, people. This is despite Sporting president Federico Varandas recently expressing frustration over how players he considers weaker to Gyokeres are valued much higher than the Swede. A discussion between Gyokeres and Sporting has reportedly taken place with an agreement between the two parties that the club's full asking price will need to be met, whether in January or next summer. We all know he had a blistering start to his time at Sporting Lisbon after signing from Coventry, people. He's currently got 11 goals and 5 assists for club and country already this season. And once again, Arsenal scouts are understood to be continuing to be watching Gyokeres closely as the transfer decision looms. The Gunners are still on the lookout for a natural number 9, having failed to acquire one during the summer transfer window. Benjamin Sesko was initially their primary target until he signed a contract renewal with Leipzig in June. And even that, do you go for Isaac or do you go... Isaac is more me trying to push the agenda, but do they go back for Sesko next season, in which obviously the dynamic shift? I don't know if they've removed that release clause from his contract or increased it. I'm not sure, people. But in terms of general play, goals, link-up play, I think Gyokeres is a great fit if he wasn't to get what I would love is in Isaac, people. And again, big up Kai Havertz. He's scoring the goals, but it would be nice to have an actual now-and-out number 9. Kai's doing his thing, but can you bet on Kai to get 20 goals? You definitely can't bet on Gabriel. He's used to do that. You know, can we see him fit for 20 minutes? I'm being very harsh, but you get the point. Now, you would see numerous reports, people, of apparently Gabriel Magalhaes is set to sign a new contract, which, again, he's been improving year in, year out. We've got two of the best centre-backs in the league, in my opinion. And as a duo, they are probably up there for best in terms of defensive duos in general. There has been talk of potentially him signing a new deal. It feels like he signed a new deal recently already, people. So yeah, and obviously this speaks about how he's improved and how he's focusing on football and things like that. There are rumours of him signing a new deal. I think we'll circle back on that. Arsenal now I move to sign incredible player who Man City sold for 54 million. Who's this? Oh, Leroy Sane back again. According to Give Me Sport, Arsenal are preparing to launch a move for German international Sane, whose contract at Bayern Munich expires next year. Sane has been asked to take a pay cut to renew his contract at Bayern Munich and is believed to be keen on a move to the Premier League. Apparently, Newcastle United are also interested. I mean, Arteta's worked with him before. I wouldn't be against it. I think this is paper talk. Who knows if his contract runs out? I'm sure he'll have plenty of offers, and you can't rule out him staying at Bayern Munich. People, what is this? 16.8 player who Arsenal have scouted has admitted that he likes the Gunners a lot. Who is this? Oh, Arnau Martinez, isn't he a right back? Yeah, so I can't see us signing another right back, but apparently we were linked with him and he said, yes, I like Arsenal a lot. And in addition, they have a similar style to ours. I mean, you're at Girona, which is a sister club of City, so they'll have first dibs. They're a great team and receiving them at Montevideo with the Champions League anthem will be special. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot. We've got to play Genoa, yeah, I'm tongue-tied there. Genoa, Shakhtar Donetsk, Dynamo Zagreb, PSG, Inter, and Atalanta. Is that all the Champions League clubs? So yeah, he's praised us. Apparently, Arsenal should prioritize attacking reinforcements in January. I mean, we have a knack of signing goalies and defenders, so you can't rule out that. You'd imagine if there's some business to do on the goalkeeper front in January, we look to do that. I personally think we're more likely to sign a versatile kind of attacker of the Trossard ilk, maybe a backup goalie, small hope for a central midfielder as well. You know, you would imagine Edu in terms of next season, 2025-26, we probably need two central midfielders, a striker, a winger, couple of goalies. You know, Neto's not going to be here permanently, and anything else Mikel Arteta is judged to want. People moving away from that, apparently Real Madrid want one of Romero or William Saliba next summer. I mean, Romero's contract's running down. If I was Real Madrid or Real Madrid fan, I'd rather get Saliba, but Romero probably, you know, was probably the easier to get. At least Arsenal, there's some ambition as a club. You can see the project. You can't really see that at Spurs, and it would make sense for him to go to Real Madrid. And apparently Real Madrid scouts were watching Romero and William Saliba in the North London derby, in which they saw this guy move a bit flaky, if I do say so myself. We're still linked with Bayern Munich players. Arsenal keeping close tabs on Jamal Musiala's contract situation at Bayern, people. Now, it seems quite peculiar. Apparently he's rejected their first contract offer. Real Madrid are in the works, and I'm sure one day he'll play in the Premier League or in Spain. I would love Jamal Musiala, people. And if I'm buying, rightly so, you want to marry Musiala and Florian Wirtz on the pitch together like they are for Germany, but I can't really see it. Apparently Manchester City and specifically Pep Guardiola are big fans of Musiala. Liverpool in the backwaters. Arsenal's of interest. He has previously, you know, been pictured in an Arsenal shirt as a little kid and spoke quite highly of Mikel Arteta. He would be a player with X Factor, people. We'd have to see, though, what's going to happen. And you'd imagine if Musiala is genuinely available, all of Europe's bigger clubs will be involved in that regard. Once again, where Gabriel Magalhaes is concerned, the 26-year-old, apparently Arsenal began talks over a new contract for Gabriel, though those conversations are still at an early stage. I mean, he appears settled. You know, just the other day, it looked like he could even move to Saudi. So we hope it's positive on that front. And again, it just shows that the club were doing quite well in rewarding and renewing our existing players. Mikel Arteta signed a new deal, as we know. Charles Watts said he had interest from Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain. No point reading into that. Can't imagine it goes anywhere anytime soon. In relation to the game on Sunday between Arsenal and Manchester City, Jorginho has apparently spoken, people, in which he said, Erling scoring again is starting to make us laugh. We look at all the games and we love football. We love the Premier League, so we watch all the games. We watch City as well, which is normal. It doesn't get into our heads. We need to focus on us, and that is what we're trying to do. I mean, Haaland has 9 goals this season, and I know he's drawn a blank anytime he's played against Arsenal. I think probably on Sunday, this is the time he scores against us. Whether we're able to win is another thing, but I'm backing the boys all the way. Jorginho also said the team is working together, going through the process together. You learn more about each other. You just get better because everybody wants to improve and wants the best for the team. When you put the team in the first place, I think good things can happen. You need to keep it in this way. Keep believing in what you're doing. I think we're on the right way. Then he said, if you want to achieve big things, you need to have the mentality of trying to win every single game. That's what we need to do. That is what we want to do. And I do get that from our boys, whether it works out or not. Now, apparently, Rabiot was signed for Marseille. He wanted a Premier League move before making financial sacrifices to join Marseille. And that's probably because nobody wanted to give you the terms that you were looking for. Apparently, he had notable interest from both Arsenal and Manchester United, in which I don't doubt, maybe, but I think it's more agent-led. I think it's more his mother, his advisor, his agent. They've probably put a deal to the feet of Arsenal and Man United, and they've probably gone away from that, if I'm honest. Apparently, AC Milan were also interested. He's decided to join Marseille, which is a great club to play for and a heavily supported club in France, people. So we'll have to see. Apparently, French football agent Bruno Satin says Atletico Madrid broke off contact with Rabiot after his mother began explaining to the sporting director where her son should play. So maybe the mum is ruining stuff. I mean, you're a big broadcast man. Your mum's getting involved in that kind of stuff. I don't really believe Arsenal and Man United were as high on Rabiot in general. And because not just that, Arsenal, Man United, AC Milan, if they wanted him, he's a free agent, they would have given him handsome fees and he'd be in the club sooner rather than later. You know, he just signed for Marseille. At one point, it looked like he's going to Turkey. 3 Premier League games in November have been moved, people. We'll now be playing Newcastle United on the 2nd of November, which is a Saturday at 12:30. On the 10th of November, we'll play at 4:30 away to Chelsea. On the 23rd of November, we will play Nottingham Forest at home. And on the 30th of November, we'll travel to West Ham away, people, which is a 5:30 kickoff. So, yeah, keeping you lot updated. Gary Neville thinks Saka is one of the best defensive wingers in the Premier League. I mean, he's playing in one of the best defensive teams in the Premier League, and everybody has to do their part. I'm not going to read this out to you, but this was a piece, if it will load, people, about Timber's versatility and actually how our interest in him began in January 2023, 6 months before he joined, which should happen. And obviously he is versatile. Apparently the plan was he was to predominantly be used as a right back. There was a belief he could play anywhere across the defense and even a holding midfielder, which is true. He's quite a front-footed and tenacious defender and is good in 1v1 situations, is strong, speedy, and has athleticism. And he gives us strong stock at fullback, people. And, you know, it's happy to see his performance in this early part of the season. Obviously, he did very well in the North London derby, which was his first 90 minutes post ACL. Keeping up the theme with Manchester City, people, the man that did not want to send off Kovacic, who again at the weekend escaped something. Michael Oliver will referee this weekend's massive Premier League game between City and Arsenal. So we can imagine there is something that's going to go against maybe City, but probably Arsenal as well. Control the controllables. We can't, you know, we've seen Martinelli sent off in crazy circumstances. We've seen Kovacic and James McArthur not sent off. We've seen Declan Rice this season sent off in crazy circumstances. We've got celebration police. In fact, referees reporting us for celebrating against Bournemouth. They are against us, but control the controllables. You know, of course, you would love the referees to be good and whatnot, but can we defend to the best of our abilities? Can we attack to the best of our abilities? If we do that, we put our best foot forward. So, yeah, people, in relation to Gyokeres, Gabriel's new deal, rumors around Sane and Musiala, you know, a little bit of insight as to when we got Timber. Let me know your thoughts on everything we've discussed. Don't stop there, people. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you're subscribing to my second channel. Links in the description, because again, it's a chance to not only talk about football, but Arsenal, but football in general. God bless you all. Stay safe, stay blessed. Boost the YouTube algorithm. Like, comment, subscribe. We're on a journey to 70,000. Peace.